Welcome back into another quick crypto predictive programming show with the commercials today. And look at this. Is there anything you can see that's peculiar here? It's very hard to get this. If you can't see it, it will fly right by.
European chocolate.
See how quick it is? Let's take a second look.
European chocolate.
Okay, I got it on the first click. Where's her finger? Her index finger, of course. It's right on the number what? 5. What's right above it? 8. And to the right, I see a 9. What's above her finger on the board, on the keyboard there? 14988. What does 1 and 4 equal? 5. And then you have a 9 and an 8 and an 8. So you have 598 or 589. We'll get into that in just a minute. But first, we're going to look at another commercial.
Crispy minis. You don't have these here?
So they're on the moon.
And they're popped, never fried.
Look at the X on her chest. Sorry, I talked over her.
And they're popped, never fried. Sharing your snacks to make new friends? That's crispy.
That's crispy. I was just talking to my friends today, actually about crispy fries, and they're better when they're crispy. With that being said, let's check out That's Crispy. So we'll plug in That's Crispy to our handy dandy geometric calculator, and what do we get? 941, 948, and 158. And what can this say? A lot of times it's not in the Jewish, it's in the simple English, but we'll just scroll slowly through to see how you have to maybe wait to get your mind blown in plain sight. Flip the switch, David Schwartz. We know he was one of the creators, basically, of Ripple, but probably the creator of what else? Bitcoin. And we're going to go back to that in a minute. What else is on here? Great Foresight, God's Secret Plan, Oprah Winfrey, you know her OWN, Oprah Winfrey Network, is New World Order backwards, by the way. But what do you have there? XRP Bull Run. Okay, so we got XRP Bull Run. Tip of the spear. We're at the tip of the spear right now. XRP Bull Run again. Run, Forrest, run. Perfect Storm. We got Lumen in front of that. Database org. Lumen Database org. Interesting. Silicon Valley. Well, Amy Winehouse joined the 27 Club, but that's for you to check it out. Solva A Coagula. That's basically an alchemical formula. And we have someone tried to offer me a Sidney Crosby jersey yesterday. Very interesting. Perfect Storm, XRP Bull Run. XRP Bull Run. God's Secret Plan. David Schwartz, Flip the Switch. David Schwartz, remember? Worked for this NSA and probably created what? Bitcoin. So let's take a second look at David Schwartz, because he is probably the man to flip the switch. Remember I said he worked for the NSA? Look, Chief CTO, Chief Cryptographer at Ripple, has a background as a former contractor for the National Security Agency during the 1990s. Remember, 1992 is when the new messaging system came out, and that's when they wanted to truly implement this for the Beast system. But basically, God has his other plans. You can take a look at that on your own. I'm getting good at stopping it here. 14,988. What's that? 589. Let's take a closer look at that. Okay, so was Bitcoin the Fugazi to get us into crypto, and then they know how to do it better, just like they always come out with the iPhone Pro 17 now after 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, all the way down to 1. But what can 589 mean? Well, I believe not only does it mean a price prediction, but it truly represents the COMEX rule 589 about price action of certain metals in conjunction with its liquidity and day-to-day trading activities. If you want to check that out, it's not a price action, okay? Bearable Guy hinted at this, but it's truly just about the COMEX rule and how it's actually about when you trade these precious metals, gold, silver, copper, aluminum, platinum, and palladium, they basically get like a day where their price stops. You can't just keep bidding and bidding and bidding. That actually adds stability to trading these precious metals. What other is 589 connected with? Well, it's connected with the documents connected with who? That Jeffrey Epstein guy right there. Okay, and the investigation and the resolutions required or whatever. Joint resolution introduced House Senate by Norman and others aiming to mandate the public release of certain documents. Okay, House Resolution 589. Now, would Bitcoin go to zero or no one wants it if they found out that Epstein had a stake in it? There's no evidence that Jeffrey Epstein created Bitcoin. However, newly released emails from Epstein's estate made public by the House Oversight Committee revealed that Epstein indirectly funded Bitcoin core development through the MIT Media Labs Digital Currency Initiative DCI around 2015. Former MIT Media Lab director used funds from Epstein and his associates Leon Black to establish the DCI, which supported Bitcoin Core. Epstein was a Mossad agent, by the way, to get blackmail on all the politicians and stuff through his their dirty deeds on the Epstein Island. Anyways, discussed Bitcoin figures like Brock Pierce expressed interest in cryptocurrency taxation policy in 2018. So he already knew about cryptocurrency and he was involved with Bitcoin. Leave you with this. The U.S. administration would like to go back to a gold standard in a digital way. The value of Ripple would be tied to the value of gold in terms of physical gold now in China, and digital gold Bitcoin, which is now controlled by China. So, with that being said, will the metals also be backing these cryptocurrencies, digital assets like metal blockchain itself? Spaceman 2.0. We're going back to the gold standard in a digital way. It's not financial advice. This is just a wonderful crypto show. And I'm out.